I wanted to talk about, first of all, we have Mars that's going to be, it's in late degree Aries, and you better take advantage of how productive and straightforward and frank and upfront that the Mars in Aries is, the way that it really is efficient, really face value. Aries is one of the only signs, I mean, it's the first sign, it's one of the only signs, it's not wearing a mask. It doesn't do that. It is pretty much showing you how it feels right then and there. And it's very here now, and that because it says the I am, and so with Mars there, it's at home, and so we've been able to, pardon me while I'm lost my glasses, but I guess I can use a flashlight and it works. I think, so let's see here, it's looking like, okay, in June, on the 10th, is when Mars goes into Taurus. And so get everything you need to communicate out now. I mean, really confront communications that need to be had and do that, of course, peacefully. I mean, that's the whole point with the Aries vibe, believe it or not. I mean, it's hard to keep peace, it's not comfortable. It's not a peaceful feeling to confront and work things out to where we keep moving forward, see. So I'm just trying to make the point where, okay, so because when Mars moves into, we're going to have a lot going on before that. We have amazing Mercury going into Gemini by the 5th, and it only stays in until the 17th or so. It goes very quick through Gemini, and that's the time when we should, we're going to get a lot of communications done. I imagine there's going to be a lot coming in on many different levels into our minds to understand something. And as you know, this stuff is like right next to the sun, and so it's going to be radiated with a positivity, really just kind of being washed with Gemini's ability to really, I have to say, mix things up. Really, it's just a mix up. If you didn't do your meditation and get into your the simplicity of like most about not everything. Jupiter and Gemini is proving to be more confusion for a lot of people who, like, let's say if they thought that they were catching on to something in their minds, or so now it's time to try to communicate, and it's like, oh no, we're going to understand that we don't understand anything. Maybe it depends on what you understood in the past with the Taurus planets, because Taurus is, they tend to weed out a lot of the detail and say, we don't need half of that because it's just agitation of the mind. How do you feel? How does your body feel? Get very climatic, and yes, cosmic. Just, yeah, because now it's just a classic blow up of communications, people, egos trying to get everything out on the table. And so anyway, my main reason for making this video is to give you my take on the understanding about the law of attraction. And yes, see, I never really had a problem with this. I was trying to explain it on my last video. See, I go on, you listen to Abraham Hicks, and some of the stuff that she talks about is a no-no. Like wanting, you want things, like, well, it's not that we want it, we get what we focus on. It's just the law of attraction, right? But we're not trying to do any of this, and we don't get in the state of want like this. It's more like visualizing. I don't know. She has a very, her whole body of work is about that, and it's like, well, but no, there's some people that actually do that naturally now. how do we keep it, you see? So this is what I'm saying, because I'm being approached by people that are in the lack mentality, right? In the scarcity mentality. And I'm not short of going into the worst attitude. It's about your vibration, your vibrational frequency, whether or not you're going to keep in alignment with, first of all, the things you have already. Are you going to lose the things you have already because you don't appreciate them? And you're in the lack or scarcity or loss mentality, like you're focusing on what you're losing rather than what you have and what you can use there, and then making space. Say, do you know how that the losing part is an illusion? Maybe it's just making space for, because there's a change. You have to always change. To me, it's like, what would happen to people around me, particularly narcissists? See, as a musician, I think that this is what has helped people, me particularly. It's like, if you think about it, we have to live in the way of working the law of attraction so that it gets the best things into us, and the key is to feel good, right? Joy is the key. So you don't see, joy is what is just a result of you having focused on what works, going along the ley lines of the truth, and it's like, boom, oh no, that's the way the song should sound. Repeat it again, see? And people don't know about music. It's like, well, it comes back around and you're going to hit it again. Can you first now be conscious of it? Now then go back around. Now hit it the way that it worked last time. Do it on purpose. And now start singing the song. And being there, everybody can learn the same thing. See, because it's not a mystery. It's very much a metaphor, talking about music and how to put a song together, and then a song for everybody to just jam on for the rest of their days, generation after generation. Faith is where it never lets you down. It's not going to skip a beat. I mean, it's not like the mandala effect goes into the song Stairway to Heaven and it totally screws up the first riff, but no, I haven't seen that yet, right? But anyway, but getting back to this phenomenon where personally I was approached by people's lack and their sense of loss. And it's like, and really it's a new relationship supposedly with me. It's like, what, get out of here with that, because I'm not your loss. I'm the gain here, and if we can't treat it like that, see, this is why I think that I have gone isolated and like just completely having to rearrange the people in my life, because they see me as loss, like in scarcity, like we're all in scarcity, and weird, because they would try to project. It's like, no, we are we are sharing, and blah blah. It's like, yeah, no, give me my fucking money. You have what I have, something you want, and you have something I want and need. And to me, it's a no-brainer. It's really just a zero. Can we be better presence with each other? Do you really take that seriously, more so than the quality presence that you are to each other, aside from that obvious? That's another thing. But getting back to, watch out for, okay, now, is it the narcissist? Yes. Who always is looking at the scarcity and the lack and losing and fearing. It's the fear mind, right? It doesn't know how to let go, to allow space for the new thing that is, in fact, the new thing, and to celebrate what we have now. Make that work. Make it work. Make it the best thing you've ever had, because if you don't want that now, then how do you think you're going to get more of whatever? And what is it that you want? Really, a lot of us don't know. It's actually, we think we know, but God has, and the universe has something in store for us a lot better. See, you want a good feeling. You want buoyancy, you want uplift. You want to feel less weighed down, because life is for having fun. And I'm one of these unreal people, I guess. And fucking Abraham Hicks, what's her real name? But she has to turn into an Abraham Hicks and go into a channel and then say, well, no, this is the way your life is. It's just, you put it in your heart, you keep it in your vortex, that which brings you joy, and joy is the key. Just maintaining the feel good, and the way you do that is you go along the ley lines of the truth. And the thing is, it's like, okay, so, but the universe, when you turn your heart on, what goes along the ley line? How can you go along the ley lines of the truth? Is by your hearts. You turn your heart on. Now you're in outer space. You have the truth around you. The universe has all this available. Now reach and grab it and harmonize with it. Go along the ley lines of the truth. What's this for? This is a trumpet. I'm going to play it right now. Nope, sorry about the gaslight. No, actually, it's for something. It's for something. It's even not only for something, it's a specialized something. Maybe my eyebrows are looking hot after I figure it out. And that brings us joy. Somebody else will look at it and it brings a little joy. Anyway, narcissist, how do you like your eyebrow section here? Anyway, getting back to maintaining feeling good by going along the ley lines of the truth, which it just makes you, it will make you more clearer. It's not like you have fooled yourself. You've actually unfooled yourself. That's the mind. You got rid of your mind, and what replaced it was something that the heart can say, no, hey. See, now we don't hang on to this stuff. We say, what mainly happened is that, okay, how do you hang on to the whole universe, hon? The fact is, it's hanging on to you. It's trying to teach you, can you please just relax and let me give you what I have in store for you, you know? And there is where you're going to get a bunch of disease and people fucking shying away and say, no, they're actually 100% falling for the scare. They want the impoverished mindset and the scarcity mindset and their feeling of struggle because that's their identity. They don't even identify with the universe being one with it, so they don't know how that it's like, you know what, there is no need, right? There isn't, like, there really isn't that scarcity. It's actually, there's actually too much, and something, cleverly, something, your mind, is calling out reality, calling out the truth, just saying, no, that doesn't exist, and that doesn't exist, and now you're in a box, experiencing all the scarcity and all of that mindset that you feel is more solid than being the unsolid, ever-changing constant, which is the universe, and also nothing for the better, nothing for but just being able to receive and saying, woo! So getting back to being a musician, see, that's the thing, is like, okay, so what is gardening can help you see, just plain and simple, this is the way it is. Surrender, hit the truth. Oh my God, hitting the truth for gardening literally would be that you planted the seeds and all of a sudden you see them coming up and you're like, wait a minute. It just makes you go crazy. You're like, woo, 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 right? Abundance. And then you're like, you have to protect it, protect that part right there, you know? I know I do, God. It's just like I have done my best to try and plant things, and I don't know why it's gotten so difficult to keep sprouts in the ground, and even if I put a fence around it, you know, and so there's some little thing coming and eating, and I don't know, it's, I have a feeling that, change the subject matter, somebody is driving a truck up and down the streets at night and releasing rodents because, and then I'm hoping a balance will happen, which I'm seeing it. I'm seeing more raptors in the air this year. I'm seeing it a lot. Like every morning I see like 3 beautiful full-winged raptors, like falcon hawks or just red-tailed hawks, and they'll balance out the meals around here. You know, they need to get to that. But anyway, talk about no try, just watch the way that you belong here, and God isn't making any mistakes, and you know, getting back to how you don't approach it with the sense of loss. Like really, you need to understand, as a transformational guru, I understand this, and it's hard, right? But I'm having to go through it. I might be having to uproot my whole place here. See, I just, you know, it's just not the same, and I'm having to either deal with it that it's not the same as when I used to come up to this place in Idlewild. There wasn't a house on this block but mine, and then somebody else's way down the way, and it was very much like you're driving into the forest, and you drove into the forest, and now you're driving down my driveway, and it's like really quiet. You have there is no Twin Towers, there isn't any city lights, and you can see these stars. And it was very much this feeling of having, it's like you just, it's just short of a couple decades ago. It was a dirt road that you would be driving on a dirt road in here, and there you can still get that feeling in other places around here, on the earth, and it's like, you know what? I want to get back to that feeling. I do. And I don't want to be in an inhospitable environment. I want to go around and find out where to go. And I really want a community around me that has the same mindset. There's not the same mindset in this community. This community is a perfect example of the overlay and or fostered false selves who, these aren't human beings, but people who have latched on to the city, or to the system suggestion, which is just a trap. It's a that we have to get sovereign away from that. It's really just an imprisonment system that keeps you in the state of health that you're in, which is totally unhealthy. Includes your pets and everything else from the bottom up. Really, the thing that's happening that I see with the dog industry. It's an industry, the dog industry, and I'm not even talking about how that you can breed them and sell them, and nobody should be ever buying a dog. You go and get some of the runts and whatever that's going on, where whatever, don't give these money. They're capitalizing on a thing that is actually free here. That's a mindset, you need to get into it and realize, what, the reason why it's in scarcity and it's hard to get anything is because that fucking money system wants that. It couldn't survive without having the illusion of scarcity, when really it is practicing throwing shit out the back door. Throwing food is number one, what we've seen, that just because they can't sell it on time or something, that something is boycotting it, maybe because they're a greedy bunch of non-human pieces of shit, that whatever they do, if it's not done with love and it's really just money making, you should boycott it. It's not worth a damn anyway. Nothing is worth a damn without love behind it, because love is the extra care and presence to it that actually cared for the subject matter and not just making money. And so it's that much more beautiful and useful. It's actually doing its use. And having said that, if love was behind the money, in God we trust, it would be used in a completely different manner. Nobody would think to see. You imagine and see if a tree held onto its apples that it created. Like, are you really experiencing joy there with that subject matter? I'm going to keep poking at this too. It wasn't obvious to me. It's like, wait a minute. This thing is in case you forgot how to live in abundance. But I'm not saying that. See, what I'm saying is that you can include that system but just say, no, it's got to be like this. We feel good. How do you like my organization? It's about that organ. You have a body that's going to feel buoyant when you hit the truth, and that's your leader. Not a suggestion, and especially not money making. Money isn't the answer. What the answer is you're feeling good. That's how you get a lot back into you. And if something is smiling at you, stop trying to knock it off of its stability. That's what a narcissist does, because they don't understand how it got there. They don't know joy. It's like, because you're focusing on losing and you're jealous because it looks like somebody's winning. It's like, no, they just chose to smile there, you stupid idiot. It has nothing to do with you or even them. They know better how to act towards the universe, which is just gratitude. Stay in gratitude and say thank you for this experience of the complete breakdown, because I know space is coming in for something beautiful and I already see it. Focus on that beautiful thing that's coming in, that's already here. It's a bittersweet thing that you're going to have to let go of things, but is there something there? And do you approach it with your scarcity mindset, saying that this is you and come with me? No, it's not going to want you. You're going to actually have to sit in your dark hole for a while and figure out how to become a better presence to it all.